see the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Detroit Pistons. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Detroit will get the first possession. Look at Cleveland's starting group. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. The shot's good from Love.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would. End up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Now James following Tobias Harris's 3-point attempt. Smith for 3. Good, and the assist goes to James.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Irving kicks to Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. Cannot hit. The Pistons go the other way with it. Here's Caldwell Pope. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Irving attacking. It's stolen by Harris. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Love with another miss.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
That 3 off the mark. Or Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA. Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella is all about power and force.
And it's sent back by Drummond. To the paint. Here's Caldwell Pope. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly.
have said that, huh? The Cavaliers trail by 3. The drive by James. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And there's Shumpert. That's good on the assist by Smith.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And it's Mozgov at the elbow. Out to Smith. Picked by Mozgov. Left side, Shumpert. Shot clock at 5. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Shumpert's got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Baines. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Can't get it to go. Tie game in Detroit. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And off we go at post game, now starting the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
You know, they're not going to sit back and just take jump shots. It's all about attacking the paint and getting to the rim.
That's who they are. They've been the aggressor early, attacking the hoop and getting into that paint.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Detroit, Jackson and Caldwell-Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in the 3. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Love's checked in. There's the dish to Dellavedova. And stolen by Harris. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 8 points for Reggie Jackson.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And that one's good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving comes in for Shumpert. Caldwell-Pope kicks to Drummond. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
James with it. Guarded now by Morris. It's stolen by Morris. Kicks to Harris. Jackson in the corner. Ring shot on the way. Misses off the left iron. Here's James. Poke loose.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Love. Rebound, Detroit.
Fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Cleveland with a change here, too. J.R. Smith's checked in for James.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Again, Irving missing. Johnson dishes to Tolliver. Pistons passing it around. But he stays with it. Johnson, good. And now a 9-point Piston lead.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game. And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Smith penetrating. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
No good from Irving.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Both free throws good from Smith.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
The drive by Shumpert. Feeds it to Fry. Mozgov with the bucket.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Good on the shot. 17 points for Reggie Jackson.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And now the third quarter about to get going. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
The second half just about to get going here. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Jackson. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Here's Irving. Good D by Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Smith the pass to Love. 5 on the clock. James. It's deflected.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses. That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And the basket by Harris.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And Thompson kicks to Irving. And he gets it to go. And that's now 9 points for Kevin Love.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Villanova has checked in for Irving. Pistons leading by 11. Outside Jackson. Here's Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got 8 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Jackson.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
And it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. And the Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in. James outside. Passes to Dellavedova. Smith for 3. That is good. Smith's got 12 in the game. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And here's Love from the arc. Detroit with the rebound. Down low. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist in this one. Meeks dishes to Tolliver. And stolen by James. And the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And the Cavaliers with possession here. It's a 13-point game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Johnson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Can't hit from 12.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Smith left side. Pass to Dellavedova. Smith on the wing. Got a piece of it. And taken away by Johnson. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
The Cavaliers have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Jackson, that's good.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Dellavedova kicks to LeBron. And another miss by Cleveland. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons ahead. They lead by 13. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return. Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Whoa, whoa, that'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Jackson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's now 27 points for Reggie Jackson. Dellavedova, the pass to Thompson. Kicks it out to James. Poked loose. Meeks with the steal. Here's Jackson. They get it back. Drummond. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. The drive by James. Rebounded by Jackson.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Now the pass to Meeks. Harris dishes to Drummond. That's good.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. Again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
It's stolen by Harris. On up the court. Releases. Buries the jump shot.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. The drive by Jackson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and he still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris. The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Dellavedova kicks to Love. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
Clark, this was a physical game.
Yeah, but the awareness they had offensively to penetrate really was the difference.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Jackson. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And he makes the first. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Detroit. Blake comes in for Reggie Jackson. Dishes it to Thompson. It's deflected. Now Detroit moving it up. Blake misses.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Personal team sport. Out of bounds.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from.
Hit on my laps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking in goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage. I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come
I gotta
from.
hold a city down anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 down. I could conquer any style. Victory is in me now. My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know where I come from. I gotta hold down the city. Gotta let you know. I gotta hold down the city.
We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the center.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had... That athlete.
Yeah. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some...
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And Morris throws it down.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Jackson dishes to Morris. And stolen by James.
Yeah, a couple turnovers here early on in the quarter, but he's got to just tighten it up a little bit.
Jackson kicks to Morris. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And so just over a minute and a half played. LeBron drives in. Stolen by Jackson. Morris passes to Caldwell Pope. Puts it up from 15. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Caldwell Pope.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
James dishes to Irving. Inside. Here's Thompson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
And here comes Smith leading the fast break. He feeds it to Love. Shoots the three. The shot is off. And Detroit the other way now.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
The Pistons leading. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. That's good. Smith's got his first 2 points.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back even.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball. And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9. over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
1:14 left in the first quarter of the game. Up top, Fry to the middle. Dellavedova. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
With the aggression they're showing early on. I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
He dishes it to LeBron. Here's Dellavedova. Guarded by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. It's Meeks outside. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. A baseline J. That drops.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
LeBron outside with 1 on the clock. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter with both teams tied.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
It's just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate them.
On the court for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Shumpert in the 3 spot. Off the inbound. And Drummond throws it down.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder, and that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Here's Shumpert. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be. And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning. Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
For 3, Love. Love with another miss. The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit.
Assisting.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And Shumpert kicks to Irving. Shumpert with it. Guarded now by Morris. Here's Smith. And it's sent back by Drummond. This is to Caldwell Pope. No good off the back of the rim.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks. He's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Different look here for Detroit. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris. And then for Cleveland, Channing Frye's checked in for Love. James comes in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific. And I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And Detroit has possession. For Detroit, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. A step-back shot here. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Pistons trailed by 3. Here's Caldwell Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
James outside. "15 seconds left to play in the first half. Passes to Fry. Shot clock at 6. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Here's Jackson. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Well, those 5 turnovers, more than you like to see. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. James against Harris. Jefferson kicks to Irving. Thompson left side. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. That is good. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Cavaliers with the rebound. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Thompson. And that's 13 points for Kyrie Irving.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
LeBron passes to Thompson. LeBron with it. Guarded now by Morris.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. He rifled that one in from distance. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And Love has it in the corner. Pulls it from 20. No good. And the Pistons now going the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Stolen by Thompson. Here we go, James. It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Knicks come into town. For this one. We're in the palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are playing before their hometown crowd here in the Detroit area. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. So the New York starting five. Calderon is out there with a foul. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the four. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Detroit with the ball. To the paint. Caldwell poked. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Anthony drives in. It's stolen by Morris. Caldwell Pope pushes to Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Lopez with the steal. And now, in transition, it's a Flalo. Here we go. No good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
It's Anthony with the drive. Anthony missing again. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball. Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Jody Meeks, he's checking for Detroit. The drive by Anthony.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Got a piece of it. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Nails the wide open jump shot. Calderon's got his first bucket in this one.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
A different look here for Detroit. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's
yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Chase me. Come roll with me in my Mercedes. Hold up, I see they broke, I see they lazy. Man, they money slim, they acting shady. I'm in my brand new car, who wanna race? Girl, you ain't come off phone, so why you showing up? Never. I'm taking them shots up, my partners, they loaded up. Man, on the low, all these be acting so material. T-Pain. Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have the parking lot on smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss.
Baby, we make magic. Come home with a thug, let's get cracking. Always well, baby, cause happen. She got the back seat, just a freak in the mood. Hopped in the tray, just to let the top back and thank God for the day. Who gives a what a hater gotta say? I made a couple $1 million last year. Still in the streets, strapped with them things. She in love with a G, so she tatted my name. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. 10 black made backs, back to back in the lane. I'ma make it rain, then I'ma make it back. You are just a lame little homie, that's a fact. Working with the police, acting like you know me. Fresh out of jail already in your
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have the parking lot on smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss.
T-Pain.
Boss, 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 the boss. The boss, 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 the boss. It's shouting straight digging me, and I ain't even rich. I know you always on the sideline, like ain't that a I'm on my job, and I ain't getting off, cause it's just another day in the life of the
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. Got the biggest car, Spanish bras, no. Call that other lane for the walks in the parks. I ain't come to play games, I just wanna play my part. Tell your girlfriend to come talk with my dog. We straight G's and we came here to ball. Bottle at the bottle, when I'm sure you count them all. Then we off to that Chevy and taking off. Baby, slow it down cause you're moving too fast. Yeah, too fine to be moving too fast. Back to the thuggin', now love it, baby, that's my wizard. Sack for the jeans, 5 bones for 20 to 800 for the I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. You could tell by the shows that's standing by the car.
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have the parking lot on smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills. We're in suburban Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Thunder 5 right now. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the 3.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Here is Durant. Following the basket by Marcus Morris. And it's Durant missing. And And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And Caldwell. Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got his first 2 points.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Unloads from 13. And Roberson pulls it down. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Harris. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
And the offense, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
It's Durant with the drive, and he jams it with authority.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket, and you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
Tries from 10. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Roberson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
Morris with the bucket.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today. And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
And, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. It can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook for that matter.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tolliver comes in for Morris, and it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. And it's Waiters in for Roberson. As you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And, Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
Here's Meeks. And he makes good on the layup. Thunder trailing by 4. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Now Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ibaka. The shot is off. And the Pistons now going the other way. Here's Meeks. And Cantor pulls it down.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
For three, Durant. Again, Durant missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. Drummond. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Ooh, and that dunk had some anger to it. I mean, usually he's content to just go up and get the finish with the soft touch.
Not that time. The big man looked like he had something to prove there.
Well, when it comes to finishing ability, he does have something to prove. He's been known to trick some layups here and there. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And that does it for the first quarter. Pistons.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Cantor is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Andre Robertson out there with 4. And it's Singler in the small forward position. And Voigt kicks to Adams. Tries yet again. Shot's good. Adams has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Thunder.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Clock at 4. Here's Drummond. And Cantor pulls it down. Singler for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
For 3.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Like you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. But they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
They better clear a spot on the bench for him, because that's where he's headed if he continues to take shots like that.
And I would venture to say, Greg, it will be the last spot on the bench as well. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And Cantor throws it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Singler against Harris. Puts up a 3. Singler, no good. Pistons lead by 4. And the jam by Harris.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Deep 2 from Singler. No good off the front iron.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. You've really got to be exactly on the same page to connect on that long alley-oop.
And even then, it's a tough play.
I tell you what, the pass and the catch were both next to impossible.
What's up, it's yo boy Jordan
How
Dead in the
about
chat.
Floater there, nice drop.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Wow. He got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor.
In
Something
really
I'm
good
sure
at
they are making a
2K16.
point of emphasis.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kind of injuries the Thunder had last year,
Are you
it's
in the
impossible
chat?
to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher. Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players were playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
Morrill kicks to Westbrook. A 3-ball. Rebound, Detroit.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
And he gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Tolliver the pass to Caldwell Pope. That one wide left. One-on-one here. And taken away by Johnson. Baines. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Pistons on top. They're up by 7. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's...
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Ibaka outside. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Drummond uses both hands to slam it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
Johnson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And then for Oklahoma City, Enes Kanter's checked in for Ibaka. Kyle Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. And it's blocked by Adams. And he gets it back. 6 to shoot. Morris into the lane. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Morris has got 6.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. That they would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
And the Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
And that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few more of those.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Waiters, he's checked in for the Thunder. Launches a 3. And that one's good. Waiters got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Stolen by Kanter. The dish now to Waiters. There's Foy with the 3. But they recover it. Here's Waiters. And the pass to Singler. The drive by Kanter. Back to Singler. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. Can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 4. All going up court. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Jackson's got 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Oh, and the jam by Waiters.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And he goes in for the dunk.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Kanter. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And they better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined. Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Here's Jackson. And the release was before the... And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Pistons lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. So the Thunder 5 right now. Durant and Ibaka playing at the 4 and 5. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Waiters in the 3 spot.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And Westbrook, here we go, uses both hands to slam it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
They get the rebound. Jackson. Westbrook with the block. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Morrow's checked in. And Durant gets it to go.
You know, their field goal percentage is creeping up toward that 50% mark, which is a nice change from the first half.
And with their offense clicking and the score in their favor, they've got all the momentum.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right, in Auburn Hills. I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home court.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And nice job again, that time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
And Durant gets double-teamed. So it's Detroit now. Pistons trailed by 7. They need this. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Fellas, that 2-hand mop to slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Morris. Feeds it to Harris. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. And now just a 3-point Thunder lead.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
They weren't very crisp in the first half, but they've really picked it up. The same shots they struggled with earlier are now starting to fall.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them. He told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move.
Well, I tell you what, he deserves to do some collar popping after that sequence.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Thunder.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
.116 left to play here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. The three. Durant with another miss.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Adams now top of the key. And Roberson kicks to Adams. Here's Jackson. Here's Morris. Money!
Well, that was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Yes!
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one, guys.
Come on!
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 1. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. Durant attacking. Count.
It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. You've got to appreciate a reverse throwdown like that.
Clark, those kinds of dunks are how reputations are built.
And he's already, guys, got a pretty good one. I think it's only going to get better.
6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Roberson. No good there. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the